الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونؤمن به ونتوكل عليه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلله فلا هادي له ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له ونشهد أن سيدنا ونبينا ومولانا محمدا عبده ورسوله أما بعد قال الله تعالى في القرآن المجيد والفرقان الحميد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وأمرت أن أكون من المسلمين وقال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم إنما الأعمال بالنيات وإنما لكل امرئ ما نوى أو كما قال مولاي صل وسلم دائما أبدا على حبيبك خير الخلق كلهم. My respected listeners in Islam, we continue with the subject of last week, in which this issue was discussed. This very major matter which by and large is affecting each and every Muslim, each and every Muslimah. The Islam that we knew, the Islam that we are expected to follow, the Islam which we are expected to practice upon, the Quran Kareem that in which we have been commanded by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to do certain things and to abstain from certain things, and the Sunnah of Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wasallam, which is the perfect example of how we should lead our lives. All of this year are increasingly under attack. It is being brutalized, it is being distorted, and it is being sold, and I use the word very consciously, to the kuffar system of life. Nothing happens without a reason. When we say that there is a plan behind what is happening, it means exactly that. How you have a plan when you build a house, similarly it's not just a wake up and start doing things. They plan it before. They do their homework, they do the research, they've studied the Quran Kareem, they've studied the noble seerah of Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. They've studied the kutub which our students study in the Darul Ulooms. We are not dealing with somebody that works haphazardly and somebody that will sooner or later buckle due to the strength of us as Muslims. They are determined. If they have to give their lives, they will give their lives in order to protect their idols. If they have to give their lives in order to protect their churches, they will give their lives. Just as we are supposed to be committed, they are committed. And they are much more committed at times than we can ever be. And we don't say this here with joy, we say it with a great deal of grief. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran Kareem, O Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, openly proclaim your Islam. O Umirtu, I have been instructed an akuna min al-muslimin, that I must be a Muslim, not a Yahud. The Yahud religion was there. Ma kana Ibrahimu Yahudiyo wala Nasraniyo. There is no Yahud. There was Yahud there, Nasara, there was there Mushrikin, there was there which are known as Hindus. Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam says very clearly, emphatically, I have been instructed that I must be a Muslim. In one of his Mubarak du'as, Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam makes dua, Allahumma inni as'aluka imanan da'iman. Oh Allah, grant me such iman that's going to last forever and forever. In another dua, Nabi Karim Rasul Pak Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam seeks protection from irtidat being reverting, giving up his Islam. He seeks protection from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam has left us with ample warnings and ample advices how to protect our iman, for Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam had prophesied. He had informed us long before. A time will come, the masjid will be full, but there won't be a single Muslim. Everyone will read namaz. But there won't be a single Muslim. Why? Islam is not only reciting the kalima la ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Islam is a way of life. You have to accept everything that is in accordance with la ilaha illallah. You can't say I've recited the kalima the shahada, but you don't believe in the Quran Kareem. Allahumma hafizna. You can't say that the person you want to get married to, is a revert, he is a revert, like somebody wrote, I got married to a revert. She accepts everything, but she doesn't practice on any performing salah, etc. But she says she's a Muslim, but she makes it very clear she doesn't believe in Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Are you going to call him a Muslim? Are you going to call her a Muslim? I ask you, are you going to call her a Muslim? She says, I'm a Muslim. I believe in one God. I believe I'm going to die. But I don't believe, I make it very clear, Allah ya'adha billah, Allah ya'adha billah. I am narrating what was written. I don't believe in Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Do you see? So it is vitally important for us to be enlightened and for us to listen with open hearts and open minds. There are three categories of people who are listening, wherever they may be. There are those that have already been so influenced and snared by shaitan that it is almost impossible for them to come out of the trap in which they have ventured into. They have already been trapped, they have already been going to churches, and they have gone to mandirs, and they have gone to interfaith movements, and they feel all religions, you know what, it's fine. This type of talk you are not going to be happy with. But then we don't give talks to make people happy, we give talks to make Allah Pak happy. We speak for the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and if we don't speak, understand, there are many ulama in the country that are speaking. Don't be suspicious of their intention. Don't fall for this year that they have malicious intentions. Don't fall for this year that they are trying to be famous. Don't fall for this year that they are causing disunity in the ummah. Don't fall for this year that the times that we are living in is very different. Islam is that religion that Allah has said He will protect this religion until the day of Qiyamah. We have to say it how it is to be said. You have, but in fact, make dua for the people who are speaking and explaining. They want, first of all, to protect themselves from being hauled into the court of Allah, and to answer concerning why they remain silent. Why did you remain silent, Maulana, Mufti Sahib, Sheikh, Hazrat? Why you kept quiet? Why you kept quiet when a person came from India who went to the mandir and he was given a saffron orange shawl, he put it on his green jubba, and he was given his topi which he put on the turban of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and he was given the Hindu book, and he gives the Pandit, the Swami or whatever it may be, the Quran Sharif. He takes the, I'm going to use the word, so you understand, we speak facts. It is not, they're making up stories. He takes the Gita and gives the Quran Sharif. The translation, you take this, I take this. He smiles, that fellow smiles. How is it possible that you can go to and attend the lectures of such a person? Horribly led astray by shaitan. Now we see something. The hadith of Nabi Karim sallallahu alaihi wasallam has been narrated to you with the fadl of Allah Ta'ala. It's the first hadith in Bukhari Sharif. It's a very important hadith. You can use it, you can abuse it. If you use it, you can use it and you can reap lots and lots of reward in the year after. That what I do, it's going to be my intention. If I have a good intention, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will increase the reward of my deed up to 700. يُضَاعَفُ لِمَنْ يَشَاءُ سَبْعَ سُنبُلَةٍ. In the Quran Kareem, Allah Ta'ala says that He is so generous and so gracious, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is so kind and merciful. You bring one, subhanallah, depending, you did it for you said it only for my pleasure, you give a rain only for my pleasure, up to 700 malaika, write for him so much sawab. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. I'm the most gracious, the most benevolent. I am the best of givers. Innaka antal wahhab. I am the best of forgivers. Khairul ghafirin. I am the most of all, or anyone who can display or show or express mercy. Arhamur Rahimin. I am the one to open the knots of your life's problems. Khairul Fatihin. I am the best of helpers. No government can hurt you, harm you, destroy you if you are going to remain firm on your iman. Today they threaten the Muslims, etc., those with the interfaith, they actually threaten you. You know what? You must remember the government has got a lot of authority, they can destroy us. They can destroy us, so what? We are going to die. But we will stand firm on the pillars of Islam. We will stand for the sake of Allah and His Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. We are going to make sure that we won't give an inch of the deen. Not even an inch you will get out from us that we must compromise on our deen. Impossible. Impossible. And inshallah, on the strength of Allah, we say impossible. You will not make us waver. You will not get us and our children into the church. Understand well, their ears must open and their hearts and their minds must completely grasp what is being said. You are not going to get the children of this ummah going to church. You already took into church. People are waking up. Shukr. May we make shukr unto Allah Ta'ala. It's not all doom and gloom. People are realizing this is not the Islam that we were brought up with. This is not the Islam of our forefathers. This is not the Islam of the Jamiatul Ulama Transvaal of before. This is not the Islam of the real ulama of Deoband, the sincere seniors who have left the dunya. This is a brand new religion that they are making. Go to church. Sir, go and attend a lecture of the person who goes to the mandir. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. And I'm saying to us, one and all, I said 3 types of people. One, you have made up your mind. These are the guys I want to move with. They make a movie of Hajj. They make a movie of Hajj. We're not speaking, quietly on your phone. You look at whatever your experiences are and the spiritual high you went to, whatever it may be. The movie is played in a cinema in Johannesburg, in the heart of Johannesburg, in one of the top franchise. You get these big cinemas, which are owned by the Yahud. It's owned by the non-Muslims. They play the movie there. In the movie is a general secretary of your who represents you. He claims he represents the majority of Muslims of the country. He claims he represents me and you. He is in the movie. There's music in the movie. With the labbaik, there's music. With the labbaik. Labbaik is the labbaik Allahumma labbaik. Every Haji recites with his heart, with his soul. He gives himself all to that labbaik Allahumma labbaik. Labbaik la sharika laka labbaik. Innal hamda wan ni'mata laka wal mulka la sharika lak. So great is this labbaik. The Nabi Kareem sallallahu alaihi wasallam says, when the Haji recites or the Mu'tamir, the person who making Umrah, to the left and the right, whatever, rocks, bricks, stones, trees, etc., all of them join in the labbaik. With the labbaik they put music, haram music, film style music. The labbaik is saying the music, the drums are going. And they say they are leading us to salvation. The government, we have to worry about the government going to destroy us if we don't go in this movie. And do you know what? The audacity of it, the shamelessness of it. Zamzam is it's not one, it's the best water on the surface of the earth. Nabi Kareem sallallahu alaihi wasallam, it's the miracle of Hazrat Hajra alayhi salatu wasalam and Ismail alayhi salatu wasalam. It was initiated on a command of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala by Jibreel alayhi salam. No man went there and dug a hole in Makkah Mukarramah and they dug or they called somebody to, find the water. Jibreel alayhi salatu wasalam himself came from the skies after he saw that Hajra alayhi salatu wasalam running between Safa and Marwa, to and fro, pleading, my son, my small little baby, Ismail is dying of thirst, where can I get water? She can't see anyone when she's on Safa, run towards Marwa, casting a glance on the little baby, lying one side, crying, going to Marwa, up and down, Allah Ta'ala's raham bubbled and it exploded. Oh Jibreel, Go there. That woman, for the sake of my pleasure, she's there alone with her child is thirsty, she is thirsty. Make the arrangements. What is the arrangement? Jibreel alayhi salam came with his wing, he hit the ground, some say with his feet. And there the water, Zamzam, pure Zamzam, the best of water, the water that gives shifa, the water that is barakah, the water that every Haji consumes. And not only do they consume it, they take it with them when they leave Makkah. You can't come as a Haji away from Makkah Mukarramah, having performed Umrah, except that you must have your Zamzam. And when they come to the airports, they wait for the Zamzam, they wait patiently. Yes, the bear can go, but where is our Zamzam? Our holy water, it is so holy that at one stage here at OR Kembo, the non-Muslims used to, the workers there in the airport, they used to say, can you give me some Zamzam? Someone was very sick, we found it helped, it cured the person. Such great holy water, they take it to the cinema and they put it with kajur. The people must drink Zamzam and kajur and go in the cinemas. Now you tell me we must keep quiet. Don't cause unity, they say. These people are extremists. So, the Zamzam, and I'll tell you something more scary. Wake up for the pleasure of Allah. Boycott these people who are involved in this interfaith movement. They don't know what they are doing. A 5-liter Zamzam, they've got a 5-liter Zamzam. It is sealed normally with the cap. You screw it and you open it. You know what is the cap? It is... You can only open that Zamzam bottle if you have a gadget or appliance or whatever it may be, like the wine. The cork, they have to pull it out. Only then can you open it. You have to use that wine to open the wine, how they open it. Only then can you open the Zamzam. So we come back now, intentions. There are one group, goners. But we tell them, we make it very clear, you're not going to get our children to the mandir. You are not going to get them to the churches. You're not going to get them to stand up when Jesus is our Lord. All these songs are sung there in the churches. Allah is our protector. He has promised He will protect us. He has promised He's going to look after us. He's promised and He loves His believers. He says, كَانَ حَقًّا عَلَيْنَا نَصْرُ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ وَكَانَ حَقًّا عَلَيْنَا نُنْجِ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ. Openly Allah says, I will help you. كَمْ مِنْ فِيَةٍ قَلِيلَةٍ. Few were the ones that overcame a multitude of people. How many of the Bani Israel and Musa alayhi salam, go into the history, always the people of Haqq were in a minority, and always they were triumphant. So now we say, innamal a'malu binniyat. It can reap you a tremendous amount of thawab. But that same hadith is destroying people because they're abusing. There's nothing wrong with the hadith. They say our intention counts. If we are going to the cinema, Allah Ta'ala knows our intention. We're trying to save the Muslims. If we are talking to women and all, Allah knows our intentions, why we are intermingling with women. If they are appearing in films, Allah Ta'ala knows why we are going to the World Cup, while we are, whatever they are doing, everything is Allah Ta'ala knows. You can't judge my intention. Then you see, the Quran Kareem is Yahdi man yasha. The Quran Sharif, Allah Ta'ala says, many other people that gain guidance from it, and many other people that choose to be misguided and they don't find any guidance concerning or meaning from the Quran Kareem. Now we come to the subject. The grand plan is what? Number one, get the Iman to the lowest possible level. The Iman is pumping, the Iman is good. They don't want to listen to music, they don't want to give in to TV, they don't want to go to the sports and entertainment. Get that diluted. Spend the money. They understand we're spending billions every day. Billions of dollars are spent in manufacturing planes and tanks and the military and weapons and all. Ultimate aim, the destruction of Islam. Ultimate aim, that is what it is all about. So they understand, we're spending so much, let's work from inside. In Afghanistan, we went there, 46 nations. 5 of them were nuclear powers. They couldn't conquer the Mujahideen. People with sandals. People with sandals and champals were fighting them. Why the iman was strong? These people, they want to read salah, they want to appear, they got the beards. They don't cry because we torture them, they cry when we shave their beards off, they cry more for that. So they understood, no, we'll never win. We have to work from inside. And so they bought over the scholars. They are known as the scholars for dollars. That is what they are known. They sell their soul to shaitan and they exchange Jannah for Jahannam. And they exchange أُولَٰئِكَ الَّذِينَ اشْتَرَوُا الضَّلَالَةَ بِالْهُدَىٰ. They exchange being led astray for what? For gaining guidance. فَمَا أَصْبَرَهُمْ عَلَى النَّارِ. How are they ever going to make sabr on Jahannam? Allah Ta'ala asks a question. فَمَا أَصْبَرَهُمْ. How are they ever going to take Jahannam? Meaning it's a warning. Having understood, intention is not just you can apply it where. If somebody steals your car, and you catch up with him, why you stole my car? Man? See, my intention was good. You don't know my intention. Don't judge me by what I'm doing. Judge me by my intention. Someone says, I want to go with your wife for outing for a weekend. You say, you crazy, I'll kill you. What are you speaking? He says, you know what? I got a good intention. Please, I'll do the paying for petrol. I won't ask her a cent. What are you going to do? I think you'll strangulate him if you've got any shame and sharam. Somebody takes your son, and where does he take him? He takes him into a shabin, or into a bar. You tell him, why you take my little boy, man? He's 14, 15 years old. How can you take him there? It's my intention. You don't know what is my intention. I'm trying to teach him I must make tabligh there. Subhanallah. Will you accept it? Common sense. It's common sense. You can't make a hajj film and say, the intention is everyone must love Makkah and Medina and everyone must go. So they played a film there. They've got this particular person here. He went to the mandir. May Allah save us, may Allah save us, may Allah save us over and over again. We don't take joy but we have to educate you and tell you this is the reality. So we have explained the first thing, dilute the iman. Secondly, cause friction between the true scholars and the public. Third thing that they did, rope in the children. How do you rope in the children? The best way is get them with sports and entertainment. Soccer and cricket and World Cups and this and that. Why? Those things are empty pleasures. It's known as, it is giving you pleasure. But after 1 month, do you remember anything? After 10 years, the World Cup, what a big, huge outcry there was in the country, and how greatly it was celebrated also, meaning South Africa has got a World Cup. Even ladies in Parda went to paint their faces with the South African flag. Even old people were blowing the vuvuzela. They can't even breathe, but they also have to do something, We must be patriots, And crazy it was. Look at what has happened to the country. How many billions of rands they spend. Mullah Yunus Patel Rahmatullah gave a talk. May Allah make his maghfirat. The same Friday and the Friday before, he said, this is wrong. And how did these extremist forces who are on the part of the Yahud and the government, the appeasers, how did they attack him? He is not a patriot. He must understand what the government has done and what the constitution is. Allah Ta'ala will make them maaf, everyone maaf. So we come back here now. Intention is not always. You have to be very careful. The intention must conform to the Sharia. Then you score in the Akhirah. MashaAllah. And if it's not in conformity with the Sharia, then you must know it's a trick from Shaitan. 3 things were discussed. The youngsters grabbed them with entertainment. Entertainment. Films upon films upon films. They can't see reality for what reality is. It's all an imaginary world. They are like robots. They are growing up. They eat, they drink, they sleep. And the only thing is the films, sports and entertainment. They don't understand at the age of 40 when you die, you're going to answer to Allah Pak. You are going to be answerable. If you are Hafidhul Quran, there's a different set of adab that is going to visit you in this dunya. I went to one rehabilitation center somewhere. There's 60 people there. They were on substance abuse. 35 of them were Hafaz of the Quran Kareem. 35. There was one to Imam Sabs also. You think, Allah, how did this ever happen? It happened because they disparaged the Quran Kareem. They were disrespectful to the Quran Kareem. They were disrespectful to their asatiza. They sort of deep down inside they were regretting why are they doing hifz. So this is how you think of the Quran Kareem. That's where you land up. We come now to some other issues which they use, and that is the women folk. To change the mindset of the women. Why? They must feel that the Western, the kuffar system is much more superior. It will free them from the boundaries of their houses and from what they call the chains of their husbands. They must move around freely. They must be vociferous. They must be people who can sing and dance. And they must be people that don't wear proper hijab. So now they are, can you see the plan now? They started. Dilute the iman, scholars break away from them. Step 3, the children get hold of them. 4, get hold of the mothers. The child is going to be raised in a mother's lap. Destroy that respect the child will have for the parents. Don't let that respect take root. And accordingly we see more and more and more commonly how children are openly disrespectful to their parents. I narrate again a story, and I'll take the name. Again, Maulana Yunus Patel, rahmatullahi alayhi, mentioned of an instance, a youngster was very cross with his father. Why? The father is all the time behind him. Where were you? Who are you hanging around with? You know, you're going to make me cross. I'm going to give you a hiding. And I will do this. I will do that. So one day, he had a friend, and the friend told him, you seem very worried. He said, my old man, he is troubling me. The father is troubling him. When he wants new shoes, when he wants to go somewhere, where does he go to? But my father is troubling me. He's giving me hell, man. I can't take it anymore. I just can't take it anymore. Everything I do is wrong. Everything. Say, I give you a plan. This person is narrating out to Maulana Yunus Patel, rahmatullahi alayhi. The plan is this, now put poison in his sandwich. You get rid of him. You get rid of him. So Allah Ta'ala saved him. We told Maulana said, don't even think of doing this here. But I show you, if you are not going to be cautious of shaitan, shaitan will beautify. He will adorn. He will make it sound something like, you can always make tawbah, but you can't live like this here. You better die. This is how the shaitan works. As sad as it may be, while we are on this year, we had a student here, he planned his father's murder. He was expelled. He was going off track. He actually really planned his father's murder. Not father, his mother, both parents. He left, went to his school, met up some friends there, came to find out the father has got big insurance, told the friends were always on the lookout, of easy money, let's just get away with him, leave the door open, we will sort it out, and accordingly he left the door open, and the so-called chores came in the house, they murdered his father and mother, they were screaming, the youngster, he's sitting in a bed, he's hearing the screaming, he's hearing the pleading. The chores took the car, raced away. There comes the Indian film mentality, the son runs on the road, they kill my father, they kill my mother, screaming, the people came. It happened in South Africa. The people came, the neighbors came running, what's happened? They killed my father, he's crying, they took him in a room. The police were called immediately, what is missing, this, that. They spoke to the youngster, they looked at the locks, they're not stupid, no locks are broken here, how did they come in? In the meantime, Allah Ta'ala made it that when the call went out to all the policemen, watch out for this car, a certain police vehicle spotted the getaway car, gave chase, those people sped away, they couldn't control the car capsized. When the police came there, one of them was still alive. He said, I'll tell you the truth, the son is involved. And he died. I'm not going to go into the whole story. Can you trust shaitan? Can I trust shaitan? Can we be at ease about this great monster that is trying to take root in South Africa? The monster called the interfaith movement. We go to church, you come to us. We go to you, you come to us. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. So the third step was the children. The fourth, very interesting. They've got a strategy and they've got a weapon. I told you it's pre-planned, and I told you it's a book. I've taken this from a book and we've concised it in this few points. The point thereafter is this here. Afterward, the women set their minds free. They must feel they are imprisoned. They must feel that, well, they also have got a life. They must go wherever they want to. They don't have to cook. They don't have to show respect to the in-laws, etc. And that things like this here, that Western mentality. So what happens now? The weapon is this here, the internet. We must find a way in every Muslim hand, in every Muslim pocket, in every Muslim home. There must be that particular technology that any time we can control their minds and we can mold their mindset. And they invented ultimately the cell phone. And they are very happy. We don't fire a bullet, but we change, we take people away from Islam. We don't have to find bullets. We don't have to fire. We don't have to go with tanks and bomb South Africa and all and force all the Muslims. We've got the internet, and that is where we control them for. That's point number 4. Strategy. We spoke about weapons. We spoke about Iman, the Imams, the women, the children. The internet is the weapon. The strategy is that strategy that is being implemented in a very, very cautious manner. Gradual is the word. We're not going to get results overnight. We are prepared to wait very, very patiently. Very patiently. It will take time. One idea a month. One idea. Just one more thing, let them just meet in a church to discuss the social condition of the community. Just one more thing, this woman here, like the talaq bill, the marriages bill, they want to destroy the whole Islamic system. So this is how they work, gradually, slowly. It's only soccer I'm watching, it's only cricket I'm watching, and before you know, the fingers are roaming and the shaitan is there, and where does a person land up? At the end of the day, understand, well, it's the hadith of Nabi Karim sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that the time is going to come in the morning we have Iman, in the evening Iman is gone. I'm going to read out something to you. You know what is the ultimate objective in aim? It's very, very, I don't think maybe you will believe me, you will say, you know what, this is just fairy tales or something. I don't blame you, but it is the truth. Do you know how they're suffering in Palestine? Allahumma fatna. Forget just the demolishing of homes and the killing of people. They shoot children in their heads. Children in the head, they shoot them. Do you know what they do when they go in their homes? Let's wake up. The intention of me bringing to our notice, Allah, don't let these days come ever to us. Have we got guarantee it can't come to our country? We don't have guarantee. We can make dua. If we make dua, we sincere, we make tawbah, we repent, we put our heads down in shame and regret, we lift our hands in our hearts without even lifting our hands. Ya Allah, I'm a sinner. Wallah, I'm a sinner. But one thing I won't tolerate, anyone telling me you can mix with a person who's going to church. That I'll never ever accept. Never. I'll never go to such a bayan, no matter which Maulana or Sheikh it can be. Palestine at the moment, they enter in the Muslim homes. They separate the males from the females, men from the women. Allahumma fasna, Allah Ta'ala save us. But I'll say it. They come with dogs that have been trained. They go where the women are. Grandmother is there, the mother, the daughters are there. We are searching you all. All of you remove all your clothing. And if they don't, the dog is brought closer to them. The dog is trained to bark. It barks, it shows its canine teeth, sharp, vicious teeth. That is the condition. We dress like the non-Muslims, we behave like them, we eat like them, we go where they go, we intermingle with them. We think they are our friends, we are in the same company, so you know what, we have to be good to them. We have become slaves, worse than slaves. Even slaves are not treated in this way. That is Palestine. You go to India, inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. We have to ask these Maulvis that come with the interfaith movement here to convince us, do what we are doing, because they have allowed this to happen. They've gone to the mandirs. They are now it's gone. They've understood. You people are now so weak. You can't do anything. What we tell you, you are going to do. You are going to do it. If we give you the saffron cloak, you're going to wear it. If we say take our holy book, you're going to take it. If we say Diwali, you're going to say Happy Diwali. They have destroyed the Iman. It's only the appearance and the name that's left. I saw, you get this wedding cards, etc. An organization in South Africa has got the green dome on its letterhead. They've made it was last year, Diwali time, on the letterhead where there's a green dome, when you see the thing, mashallah, these are the ashiqeen of Rasul Kareem sallallahu alaihi wasallam. These are the people, that love Nabi Kareem sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They put a green dome there. Do you know what is there? After, we wish our Hindu brothers a very happy Diwali. I'm telling you. I'm saying it to you. You put a green dome there. That great personality. That personality was the Imam of all the Anbiya. That personality who came to destroy idols. You wish them well on a letterhead under which, on which the green dome is displayed. Don't you have any shame? Allah Ta'ala save us. Allah. If you think you've heard everything, okay, let me read it out here. Article, April the 5th, Muslim Mirror Staff. Mirror Staff, it's a newspaper. Muslim Mirror is the newspaper's name. I'm not going to take this Hindu's name. The Hindu priest urges. You are understanding this here, ne? It's not private, it's not speaking to friends. It's a public talk. He's clad with his saffron clothing. Urges the Hindus to take over Makkah. You have it. I gave you the date of the article. I named the newspaper. I don't want to take that kafir's name. This is the house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He urges them, he's giving a public talk. A well-known Hindu right-wing member has given another hate speech targeting Muslims. In his speech, he has urged Hindus to rise up and fight Muslims and Islam. He's giving us talk. He's not saying, all Muslim, Hindu, Muslim, bye-bye. No. Bye-bye means brother. He is saying, rise up and destroy and fight the Muslims in Islam. He also urged Hindus to take a stance against Muslims and make efforts to capture Makkah. Openly, publicly. Publicly he's making a speech. Well known. He's not someone obscure. Everyone knows about him. You sit with a Hindu and you're speaking interfaith, unity and mercy and love, and we're all together. And but people like this here, that the ultimate aim is what? To take over Makkah Mukarramah. He says it himself, where the alleged temple is situated. He calls Baytullah temple. Further on, he says, the Hindu has a dream. We will not only capture Makkah, but we are going to capture also the Ganga flows in a form of Zamzam there. Wala hawla wala quwwata. The Ganga river, the Hindus go and bath there, they wash there, they burn the people there, they dump their ashes there, the cow's dung is there. They can't, that place is so... He said, no, the Ganga is a Zamzam well. I've read it to you. Not one person in the world that we know, meaning of import, a ruler, a Muslim ruler. Not one of 57, 59 countries, Muslim countries, told the Indian government, what is this guy speaking? Not one of the interfaithers in this country took up the issue and told the fellows in the interfaith movement, listen here, man, this is unacceptable. We are walking out from here. You are making us monkeys. You are making fools of us. You think we are idiots? Behind your mind, you don't speak one word against a person that claims he wants to take over Makkah Mukarramah, take away the Zamzam. He's got the audacity to say that Zamzam is not Zamzam, it's Ganga. It's Gaga, not Ganga. This is Gaga. Our Zamzam is pure. Subhanallah. They drink cow urine. They find shifa in cow urine, right? How are you going to get ever shifa from Zamzam? So, this is the objective. Are they going to ever achieve the objective? It's a very sensible question. Are they ever going to do it? Will they ever conquer Makkah Mukarramah? And from, you can take a lot of consolation from the hadith of Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam is mentioned, Qiyamah will not come until the Arab thrice the women won't make tawaf with idols. Rasul Pak Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam has warned us beforehand. Qiyamah won't come unless there's no one on the surface of the earth who say the word Allah. If there's no one, the time will come. There will be so much kufr, shirk, evil, shamelessness, nudity. You speak, that Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam informed us that time will come, there won't even be a single person to say the word Allah. And so what? Allah Ta'ala would ask Jibreel, is somebody to go see? No one. No, now is the time. Qiyamah can commence. No one to take my name. The same Maulana who's here from India, he claims publicly, Om in Allah is the same. You know, Om is the greatest. And Allah is one. I am telling you, you hate me, I don't care. I am telling you very clearly, there is this, you will find the literature coming out. He says Om, he wants to appease the Hindus. He wants to make them, we one. Om and our Allah is one. It's one superpower. Are we going to have to start saying Om Akbar? You're going to say Allahu Akbar. The Hindu will say, no, Allah and Om is one. Now you say Om. What are you going to do? I say to you, may Allah make dua, Allah grant me husn khatamah. I make dua for you, all of them, every ummati. Ya Allah, safeguard our iman. You are one Allah, Ahad, one Allah, Ahad, Qul huwallahu Ahad, one Islam, Inna Deena Indallah Islam, no interfaith, Inna Deena Indallah Islam. Very easy for you to remember. Inna is easy, Deen, my Deen. Indallah, in Allah's eyes, is Islam. Oh Allah, I love my Islam. I don't want church, temples, synagogues. They said with the Yahud. The Yahud are bombing us to smithereens. I told you what they are doing to our Muslim females. They sit with them, they eat with them, they celebrate with them, they wish them well. They are scared, very scared. The government mustn't ban Islam in this country. Wallah, if we are going to do what we are doing, that day will come. Allah Ta'ala will impose the government upon us and we will be at the mercy of the government. But if we are going to speak clearly and clarify issues, we don't say go and bomb anyone, we don't say go and kill anyone, but we have got religious freedom in this country as per the constitution. It's our right to observe our religion in a manner that our Islam has ordained for us and is how it has commanded us to do. May Allah Ta'ala grant all in one hidayat and tawfiq wa akhir.